You're going to regret this, BoJack Horseman.
Oh, really? I'm gonna regret buying muffins? Why, do they got a lot of saturated fat in them? Oh man, they do have a lot of saturated fat. Why did I buy these?
Don't judge me for the BoJack clip for this video. To my defense, they don't really grocery shop that much in the show. Today, we are going to be talking about Instacart and how terrible the service is. No, it's not bad. It's not a bad service in theory. If everybody was competent and everyone knew what they were doing and everybody could do their jobs correctly and everybody was nice and not mean and annoying and stupid and dumb, the world would be a better place. Unfortunately, that's not the world that we live in. So, Instacart. It is an app, a website, whatever, who cares? Instacart is a service that you can use if you would like to have somebody go grocery shopping for you. It's kind of like door dashing, but instead of getting a Chipotle bowl, you're getting the ingredients for said Chipotle bowl. I've never personally used Instacart. I don't like relying on other people to do things for me because if you want things done right, you got to do it yourself. But I understand why Instacart is very beloved. It's just a great resource for people who are too busy to do their own groceries. Maybe they physically cannot get their own groceries. Today, we will be talking about specifically male Instacart shoppers. I don't know much about Instacart, but the things I do know about Instacart, the one big thing I know about Instacart is that once you realize that your Instacart shopper is a dude, it's wraps. Prepare to not get anything that you asked for. The horror stories never ending. I am fascinated by them. So I went down this rabbit hole thanks to this one TikTok, like it was a 2-part TikTok series of a woman pulling up to the grocery store to confront her Instacart shopper because she could see through the app, because they're kind of giving you updates in the app, like letting you know, like, hey, I found this, I found that, got this, got that. If they don't have what they're looking for in the store, they can offer substitutions. She noticed that her Instacart shopper, who was a man, was doing a terrible job. She bought $500 worth of groceries through Instacart, which is a lot of items if you're doing the math here. I don't know about you guys, but $500, that's a lot of money. She was watching this guy go through her Instacart list, and she noticed one big red flag was that he got the ice cream very early on in the list, and so the ice cream was sort of melting as he was perusing around the store getting the other things, and she was like, oh, no, this is unacceptable.
I'm going to pull up on my Instacart shopper. I don't understand what be wrong with y'all half the fucking time, bro. I'm out of French toast sticks. The store out of French toast sticks. Why would you sub it for mozzarella sticks? Why? That don't make no sense. They out of French toast sticks in that brand, get another brand. Now, motherfucking the ground turkey out, 2 packs of ground turkey out. You want to give me a pack of chicken strips? That ain't even the same shit, bro. I'm pissed off right now. I'm pulling up at motherfucking Publix right now. Cause what the fuck are you doing? You got 69 items left to shop and you already shopped for my ice cream. What are you doing? You really have melted ice cream. Like, feel it. Feel the ice cream. Feel it. Just feel it. Feel it. It's melted. But you still have 69 items left to shop. That's what I'm saying. Instacart gotta do better. You got all my frozen items in this cart. I don't understand. Why? Why do you have all my frozen items in this cart and you still got so much to shop? This makes no sense. Look at this. Y'all just don't give a fuck about people's stuff. Telling you what to get, and you're still ordering what you want to order. That's why I came to the store.
You cancel the order, no problem.
No, you cancel it.
No talking with you. No
Because
problem.
I'm not. Bro, you got 69 items to shop, and you got ice cream in the buggy.
No problem.
No problem, yes. You have ice cream in the buggy. It's melted. It's melted. Look at this. The ice cream's melted.
Yeah.
And you think I'm supposed to take this? I'm texting you and I'm telling you what to do, and you're still getting what you want me to get. It's my money.
Here's the thing about canceling an Instacart order. If you cancel it, like if you are the one ordering the stuff off of Instacart and you cancel it, I think there's like some sort of fee. Let me look into it before I just totally talk out of my ass. But I heard that it's more of a penalty on the user than it is on the shopper if you cancel an Instacart order. So according to this random Reddit user, because I trust them with my life, you usually get a refund for the price of the items, but Instacart will make you pay for the service fee and the delivery fee and any other extra add-ons because Instacart has already paid someone to go to the store and shop the order. Either way, you're paying. Maybe not the full price, of course, but like you're still having to pay for it if you cancel an order. There might also be penalties to your account. I'm not entirely sure. And there is a part 2.
Y'all kill me acting like y'all can't speak English when y'all get caught doing dumb shit. That shit's fucking annoying. You have ice cream in the buggy and you still got 69 items to shop. Make it make sense. I'm not taking this order. So you might as well stop shopping it. You might as well put them groceries back because I'm not getting it. I'm not taking this order. You're not bringing me this order. I'm not getting it. I'm not getting it. You got me fucked up.
He did not want to cancel on his app because it goes against you after you have already accepted it, like another app, I'm guessing. But I cannot cancel, and I did not want him shopping for me anymore.
The man has left the fucking store. He's right here leaving the store. What do you mean? You can't do nothing, Instacart? What do you mean? He's right here. You need to cancel the order. You need to cancel the order.
So that's a more recent example of a male Instacarter. Again, this was what triggered my whole rabbit hole deep dive into this. Her story is not unique. I've heard so many stories of people randomly, they'll come on the internet and they're like, yeah, I got a male Instacart shopper and this is what he was trying to do to my order. And it's terrible. Every single time. It really blows my mind how comically bad they are at doing their jobs because nobody's forcing y'all to do it.
So I was scrolling on Twitter and I had to post this because I just need to know if this is a thing. So credit to this person said, finally had my first mail shopper on Instacart. I apologize for thinking y'all were overreacting, literally yelled at the phone. Let's go through the screenshots. So their personal shopper says, unfortunately, Kroger Deluxe Neapolitan ice cream tub isn't in stock. Would you like something else? She says, is there a Mayfield Neapolitan maybe? No. Any other options Neapolitan-wise? And then he sends pictures. So all of the ice cream, all of the ice cream, all of the ice cream, just sends all of the ice cream in the store, I'm assuming. He says no, and then she sends a cropped version of one of the pictures he sent with the exact Neapolitan ice cream that she wanted, and he says, it's some other flavors, no, but not that one. And she says, it's right there, Mayfield, in the middle between the chocolate and mint chocolate chip.
It actually blows me that there are people roaming among us with this level of unawareness. One of my biggest pet peeves ever, actually, is just people, they are terrible at the most basic things and they don't seem to have any desire to change it. It's one thing if you physically just cannot do the basic human necessities. I totally understand that. But when you are a physically, mentally abled human being to be a member of society and you choose to just roam the earth with this level of aloofness, no care in the world, it drives me crazy. Why are you a personal shopper if you can't shop? I forgot to say this at the beginning of the video. Let me just say for the record, not all, but too many. There's too many of you.
I've been hit by the male Instacart shopper epidemic. I saw that a man picked up my order. I was very disappointed, but I was like, let me not be judgmental. The whole main reason I placed the order, I live in an apartment in New York and I cannot carry a case of water bottles up. I had a couple other things I need. While he's at the store, he marks the water as not available. So I message him. I'm like, can you get any water? I don't care the brand or anything. Like, that's the whole reason the order. He ignores me. So then he marks the order as done. And I message him. I'm like, hey, please, like, even if they don't have water there, can you go to any other store? I'll pay you extra, whatever you want. I just really need the water. Mind you, I put the highest tip because I was like, I know it's a pain to carry the water. He says no. And then just comes and drops my other stuff. Like, if you didn't want to carry it, why would you pick up my order? Now I have to go carry it myself and I wasted money.
I think some people, at least when it comes to Instacart, again, I don't fully understand how it works from a personal shopper perspective, like an employee perspective. I think the reason why people get these Instacart shoppers who seem like they just don't even want to do it, I think they're just picking whoever. Maybe they're doing it based on tip. I don't know, but they're not really fully looking at the order, because the thing about being an Instacarter is that you can see exactly what people are requesting and what they're asking for, and you can pick up their requests if you want. It's not forced on you. And so I don't think that they're looking. They're not thinking about the logistics of what the job actually entails. And once they are in the thick of it and they realize, I actually don't want to do this. Oh, I'm bringing water up 5 flights of stairs. Yeah, I'm not doing that. And so they cop out. They get lazy. And again, because the order is in progress, they're getting paid. Instacart's already paying them. So at this point, they can do whatever. They could do the minimal amount of effort, and then they'll still get somewhat of a reward out of it. And it's really stupid. Like, a lot of these stories, honestly, could be avoided had people just looked at which order they were choosing when they were going through, figuring out which Instacart order they wanted to do. It's just, like I said, it's just a very avoidable situation, but they're not paying attention. Okay, I'm trying to figure out how this happened. So what? They went to the grocery store. I don't know. I guess they just decided to bring all of the groceries to their car, like in their arms, just cradling it all. And then once they showed up to the house, they just set it free. What even happened? I wish there was more context to this video. There might be. I don't know. I don't care enough to find it.
Everybody hates male personal shoppers. And this story right here, ain't gonna make it any better. He says, hey, carrot juice not available. She says, okay, please refund. He says, any change? She says, no. And crinkle cuts not available. He sends her the question marks.
Okay, here's the thing. I'm going to cut you off right there. Crinkle cut, consider that a blessing. Crinkle cut fries only taste good from Zaxby's. Anywhere else, it's a waste of time. They're doing you a favor.
Is there anything else? Like, do they have any other fries? He says, crinkle cut not available. She says, can you send me a picture of what's there? What fries are there? He sends her a picture of the juices, the proteins, the shakes. She says, I can't choose anything else if I don't know what's there. He sends her another picture of some more juices. And what do we see there? Carrot juice, the juice that he said he couldn't find. So she says, I already said you can refund carrot juice. You said the fries aren't available. What else is there? He says carrot juice also not available. And we're seeing carrot juice right there. He said, and crinkle cut fries not available. So he says to her, carrot juice also not available, crinkle cuts not available. She sends him a screenshot of the pictures that she sent before, circling, okay, please refund. He says, only, this available only. And he sends her another picture of some more protein shakes and juices. And she says, sir, please. Oh my God. And he like, what? She says, what other fries are there? Fries, refund carrot juice, please. All I care about is the fries. Please refund carrot juice. He says, done. She says, please send pictures of fries. What options? He said, crispy crinkles available, done, okay. Vegetable juice, which one? And she's by this point, she like, you gotta be playing. Somebody playing a prank on me at this point in time.
Right, like, what is this? Is it like, this is like straight up rage bait. Oh my God, she has more patience than me.
She says, are you joking? He says, both done. Sends her a picture of the crinkle cut fries, which he said they didn't have, and of some lemonade, which she didn't ask for at all. She says, please refund carrot juice. Thank you. And he says, vegetable juice not available. She says, sir, please stop asking about carrot juice and leave the store. Now, I mean, it's so much to unpack here. What is my man doing?
Just straight up not listening. It's almost as if this man is texting blind. Like I said, patience of a saint. Surely people have to be somewhat respectful or else they'll get banned, I guess. I know that's a thing, but I don't know if I would have it in me. And what is with these men saying that something's not in the store when they're clearly looking at the thing that's in the store? Open your eyes and read. Like, this is basic level critical thinking. I'm pretty sure Dora at Blue's Clues has an episode where they say, can you tell me where the rectangle is? And you point at the rectangle. Can you point to the circle? They even spell it out for you. And then you point at the circle and they're like, good job. They even pause and wait a second, give you time to think about it. That should be part of the Instacart screaming process. You have to watch an episode of Dora the Explorer and you have to successfully go through her episode-long adventure, including beating Swiper. You have to beat Swiper. If you can't beat Swiper, you can't shop for other people in the grocery store. All right, so this next one is from Megan, and Megan was trying to get a whole pineapple from Instacart, and their personal shopper said, the store does not have the requested product, whole pineapple. Would you like a replacement? While sending a picture of a bunch of whole pineapples. And again, patience of a saint. Megan says, that's a whole pineapple. Can you pick a small one? Thank you. Do they think whole pineapple is like a different fruit? Like what? I don't understand.
All right, fellas. I can't keep defending us, bro. I'm starting to see what the women are talking about when it comes to the male Instacart shoppers. Bro, I have in my cart the Eggo French toast sticks. The dude texts me. He says, yo, the Eggo French toast sticks are not available. I'm going to just show y'all the footage. So as you can see, he says they have other sticks. The Eggos are not available. I'm thinking he's saying that they have the store brand French toast sticks available. So I'm like, cool. That's fine. Nothing could have prepared me for what comes next. I asked for French toast sticks, bro.
Breadsticks. Isn't this what happened in the very first video where she wanted, like, oh my God, what happened? I already forgot.
I'm out of French toast sticks. The store out of French toast sticks. Why would you sub it for mozzarella sticks?
So she got mozzarella sticks, and then he's just getting garlic breadsticks. They just hear sticks and they run with it. Next thing you know, they're going to give you a stick off the ground. And you're like, well, that's what you asked for.
Your alternative that you trying to give me is garlic breadsticks? I'm not making spaghetti, then gonna ask, you want it? No, bro, I want French toast sticks. So even after that, I asked son, I was like, they don't have them in the breakfast section next to the waffles? Because you could tell that's not where he was. He was looking for French toast sticks where the other breadsticks are.
Those are just a few of many such cases, but I didn't want to end it on a low note. Here's a video of somebody talking about a positive Instacart experience because their shopper was a woman.
I just had my first female Instacart driver. Totally new experience. Every item I wanted, I got. And if they didn't have that item, it genuinely seemed like they didn't have, because the replacement suggested by her was actually good. So I wanted a 5-pound bag of pancake mix because it's cheaper than, the boxes. Anyway, that wasn't available. So she asked if I wanted the same brand, smaller box. And I said yes. And when she arrived, she said, okay, so I got you 2 because I wasn't sure if you were going to be making a lot of pancakes or if you just wanted to buy in bulk. So I didn't want to get, 4 boxes, but I did get you 2 in case you're having people over. And you had Roma tomatoes, which I assume you just wanted the Romas because they're cheap, because nobody actually likes Roma tomatoes. But they didn't look that good. And the beefsteak tomatoes, baby, they were on sale, so it was like the same price, but I only got you 2 of those because they're so much bigger than the Romas. So it was the same. It was the same. Amazing! If I had the money, I would have given her $1,000 tip. I swear. Like, men have weaponized incompetence for too long when it comes to grocery shopping for them to be Instacart shoppers. Oh, lady, you were wonderful.
Thank you. That's a great segue into the next part is just trying to figure out what the hell's going on. Seriously, what is with these male Instacart shoppers? Why are they like this? They said it perfectly. Weaponized incompetence. I already have a whole video talking about weaponized incompetence. That's not the whole thing. That's not the whole reason, or at least my theory as to what's going on here, but that is part of it, weaponized incompetence. However, weaponized incompetence, it mainly only works when you're like in a domestic relationship, kind of. I feel like that's where it's like at its peak. So I don't think it's fully weaponized incompetence. I think a lot of it has to do with the patriarchy I know, our favorite subject. We love talking about the patriarchy over here. Do you mind if I talk about the gender roles and how it affects men and women and how it's not a good system for anybody because we're all trying to perform and be somebody that we're not? You. Yeah, no, you've all heard the phrase, women belong in the kitchen. You know what else is in the kitchen? The refrigerator. The refrigerator full of ingredients to make the food that the women are supposed to be preparing while they're in the kitchen. So women, typically, they're in charge of the grocery shopping, or at least they're really good at doing the grocery shopping. They pay more attention, or they have to, because of, again, the patriarchy. They have developed the skill of grocery shopping, picking out what they need, what they don't need, understanding the difference between buying in bulk, not buying in bulk, knowing the difference between brands. They are shopping and consuming responsibly and as smart as humanly possible, because a lot of the times they're trying to do it on a budget because usually they're feeding a family. They're trying to get the bang for their buck. Women have developed that skill of sort of sniffing out the best deals when it comes to grocery shopping, understanding the needs of the home, what they actually have at the house, what they don't have at the house. If they're running out of things, they're taking note of that because they're usually the ones preparing the ingredients or interacting with the ingredients. They pay attention because they're around it more often. Women are prepared for this, or at least they have to learn it. Men do not. They don't really have to. That was never their job. The fact that there are male Instacart shoppers, it just blows my mind. It's like, you know you're not good at grocery shopping. Why are you doing Instacart? Like, that doesn't even make any sense. A lot of the reasons why these people are having such bad experiences with these Instacart shoppers is because they lack patience and they're just lazy, right? Again, notice how all of the people, they'll show up in the ice cream aisle. You're looking for Neapolitan ice cream. You want Neapolitan ice cream. They're in the ice cream aisle because there's not a big sign saying Neapolitan ice cream right here. They take a quick glance, and since they don't see it initially, like the second that they show up, they just assume it's not there. I'm here and it didn't just magically leap out of the freezer and into my hands, therefore it just must not be here. It's a terrible mindset to have, especially with a job that requires you to have attention to detail. This is not a brain off activity unless you like grocery shopping, I guess. I personally treat grocery shopping like it's a scavenger hunt. It's kind of fun for me. You have to gamify it a little bit in order for it to be interesting. But anyway, they're just lazy. They'll be in the section, or better yet, they won't even be in the right section. They'll be in the section that they think it's in. They're thinking, oh, well, it's not here. Sure, I'm not in the right section, and I have no idea what section it actually is in, but since I decided to come to this section and it's not here, it's not in the store. And also, another part of this, I think, is just a lack of consideration in general. Think back to the very first video with the 2-part series. I'm calling it a series like it was some big long thing. Anyway, but with that 2-part video and how the male Instacart shopper, they got the ice cream and their frozen foods first, despite the order being very long, like over 69 items. And so the fact that they got the frozen food and the meats first, that's a lack of consideration. They're not factoring in the fact that when frozen food is outside of the freezer, it's going to melt. But they're not thinking about that. They're thinking, it's on the list. I got it off the list. That's all I need to worry about. That's the bare minimum. That's exactly what I needed to do. I don't understand the issue. I'm doing exactly what you told me to do. I thought about making a video about this before, but it just didn't really tickle my fancy at the time. But malicious compliance. When you're doing the job technically, you're doing the task technically, but you're not doing it to the best of your ability for some reason. Again, it's one of those things where it's like, it feels like it works better when it's within like a domestic relationship. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times people do weaponized incompetence, malicious compliance. They do it so that way the people who are asking them to do things don't ask them to do it anymore. Right? But when it's Instacart, that's your job. The only person who's really getting punished here is the person paying for the service. Like, they're just getting the short end of the stick, but there's still going to be plenty of other people who are going to use Instacart. Your Instacart's not going to just make your workload lighter, right? Because again, you're picking out the orders, but it's just like, I don't know. It's one of those things where it's like, I don't even understand why you're doing this in this context. Not saying that malicious compliance and weaponized incompetence should be used at all. I'm just saying, I think that it's at its maximum efficiency when it's actually within a relationship that you can actually control, whereas Instacart, it's very malleable to a degree, and you get different people every time, you get different orders. The job itself isn't going to change or get easier because you decided to do a bad job. If anything, it might just get fired. It seems like these shoppers aren't really getting punished outside of just getting flamed on TikTok, but whatever. And yeah, not only is it lack of consideration, but also it's just no care for details at all. They're not paying attention. They're not reading. They'll see the brand that you're asking for, but they're not going to care about the flavor. They'll be in the aisle where your thing could be, but they're not reading to make sure that the flavor of ice cream that you want is actually there, and so they just assume it's not there. They're not paying attention. They kind of have this close enough mindset where it's like, oh well, this isn't exactly what you asked for, but it's close enough, right? Except their version of close enough isn't actually close enough. It's like way left field. It's like kind of like doing word association, where it's like, well, if you sit down and really think about it, you can kind of understand how we got from point A to point B, but it's still ridiculous and totally not what you asked for. But yeah, all in all, this is really dumb. Male Instacart shoppers, I'm gonna need you guys to kind of just like pull yourselves up by the bootstraps and figure your shit out, because I don't know what the hell's going on with you guys, but this is getting ridiculous. And again, not all men. Who cares? Like, actually, who cares? So yeah, if you've ever had a male Instacart shopper, or maybe you'll use Instacart in the future and you get a guy, just be prepared to be glued to your phone for the next hour or so, depending on how long it takes for them to do your transaction, because you're gonna need to guide them. I think a lot of men, it's not just a specifically grocery store thing. I've noticed this with like just different types of stores in general, where if it's not Home Depot for some goddamn reason, and they're forced to go to the store and get things, but they don't really know what they're looking for because their wife sent them or something, a lot of the times they will recruit a random employee in the store to basically just shop for them. Now, is that what they're getting paid for? Some could argue that. I just don't think it's cute, especially for people who swear up and down that they're leaders. It's like, are you? You can't even find the cereal on your own without having some sort of weird like mental block. I think men should be socialized a little bit more to kind of just like do these kind of things themselves, because in a way, grocery shopping is kind of like hunting and gathering. Isn't that kind of what you're supposed to do? Everyone loves to talk about like, instincts, it's in my nature, this and that and the third. It's okay, well, you know, if you want to talk about animal instincts and urges and this and that and the third, oh, you can't help yourself, you can't control yourself. Men typically were the ones that would hunt. Grocery shopping is kind of the same thing, and yet you can't do that. Hunting requires senseless violence. Grocery shopping does not. Grocery shopping requires an attention to detail and having an ounce of consideration in any aspect of the shopping itself. So I think grocery shopping is a little bit too logical in comparison to hunting. So maybe not the best comparison, but also I stick by it, and I've never been wrong a day in my life. And if you argue against me, I will have no choice but to block you and then cry myself to sleep tonight. Anyway, I don't ascribe to the whole gender crap. I actually got rid of my pronouns ages ago, so I actually go by nothing. Do not perceive me and do not address me directly. I don't exist. I don't know if I'll have another video out before the end of the year. So if this is the last time I see you before 2026, it has been an honor being here with you in 2025. It's been a very weird year. Not a terrible one. Well, hasn't been great. But for me personally, because this is the All About Me show, where I talk about my 3 favorite people, me, myself, and I've done pretty good for myself, I think. I was going through my Pinterest board, because I have a Pinterest board for 2025, and I got like a good amount of like my vision board done this year, and I didn't even notice. Didn't really think I did that much this year, but I was thinking about it, and I was like, you know what, I've done a lot. I've traveled, got a new job. I've been trying to prioritize my friends more, because I was like really, really scared, like post-grad, that I'd never see my friends again. And so I've been trying to see my friends more often post-grad, and I have, and it's been great. I got to meet freaking John DiMaggio, bro. I saw 21 Pilots. I watched a lot of BoJack Horseman. That's no surprise. That's every year. But I've done good. I didn't get everything, but I've got a good amount. I got the ones that I cared about the most. I've had a good year. I hope you've had a good year. And if I do manage to sneak in one last video before the end of the year, then this whole little speech would be embarrassing. Thank you so much for watching. Like, subscribe, do whatever you want. I don't really care. All the links to my social medias are down in the description. I have a book club on Fable. We are currently reading Martyr. I finished Martyr. I really liked it. I gave it like 4.5 stars. Amazing. So many great quotes. Thank you. I will see you in the next one. Bye.
Crazy. How'd you know that? Myself up.
Why are you talking?
Ooh, I know it's I used to see wait.
Wake up, better find out, did it change up? Wait, did it change up? It's a light out yet, better find out, bet. I'm walking with the edge of the room in the bed where I hide my face. Pace around, but it's hard to breathe. Pace around, pace around.